Welcome to Raw and Real Real Estate, the podcast that makes buying, selling, and investing in real estate simple. I'm your host, Marisol Ortiz, and each week I'll share practical tips, real stories, and expert advice to help you make smarter real estate decisions. Hey everyone, welcome back to Raw and Real Real Estate. I'm your host, Marisol Ortiz, and today I am coming to you sharing a little bit of an actual situation that I had with a seller of mine. I want you to just imagine for a split second that your job gives you this opportunity to grow and move to a different market that you have been wanting to move to. Because this is exactly what happened to one of my sellers. She was very, very excited and very happy to grow and to get this opportunity still in Texas, but in another city. And she took it. Her job required her to be at this new place to relocate in less than 2 months. So we hurried up and got the property on the market as soon as we could. But just imagine having your property under contract not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times before it actually sells. That's exactly what my seller went through, and I am happy to announce that we have already closed on her sale about 2 weeks ago. I have to say, she's got to be one of the most, no, let me correct that. She is the most resilient and positive human being on this earth that I have ever worked with. She honestly took every single step of this process like a champ. If I would have been in her shoes, I would have been so devastated and heartbroken, but it all worked out in the end. So I'm very happy for her. She's moved on. She's into a new chapter, relocated, happy with her new workplace, in a new home. So this prompted me to share today's topic. Here are 5 hurdles that today's sellers are encountering and how to overcome them. So let's get right to it. Hurdle number 1. If you are in a market where you have new construction, let me tell you, their competition is fierce. They offer so many incentives that I know some or most resale homes cannot automatically match. Just to give you a list, I think the very minimum is they pay for the buyer's closing costs. They offer builder warranties. Obviously, the homes are new, so they have warranties. They give new appliances, at least kitchen appliances. Sometimes they even throw in a washer and dryer. And they offer, at least out here in El Paso and Las Cruces, a front yard landscaping. They usually also offer buyer's agents a full commission. And some of the bonuses or the additional things that new construction will offer will be like smart features on the houses, or they might even guarantee an interest rate buy down. Back during the COVID times, I remember the competing edge of a resale house against new construction was the home is ready. It's ready now. It's ready to move in. You don't have to wait 6 months, 12 months. You don't have to risk your price going up when you're building a new home. You get a resale house now. It's move-in ready. But instead, right now, new construction has figured out that they are going to put that interest rate buy down on their move-in ready inventory. And they do have it. They have enough move-in ready inventory to incentivize buyers to pick these homes and close within 30 days. Just as an example, right now, a very popular rate that is being guaranteed by builders is like a 4.75% or a 4.99%. And in my opinion, this is probably the best competing edge that new construction has, because sometimes they can make their payments similar or even lower than a resale home. So here's the solution that I have for you. If you're a seller in this market, just lay out all your cards on the table for buyers. Let them know what you are willing to offer, or at least what you're open to possibly considering. let's say put out there that you're willing to help with closing costs, or if you are willing to buy down the rate, if you are okay with giving them a home warranty. I think leaving appliances is a pretty basic thing that most sellers do. Not all, but most. That would be a competing edge. Or if you're flexible with closing date, that would also help. The more transparent you are about your incentives, the easier it is for buyers to compare you to new construction and give you that competing edge to still stay in the game. Hurdle number 2, buyers just have more choices nowadays. So inventory has increased compared to a few years ago. Buyers are no longer feeling rushed. I think right now during the summer, I'm seeing buyers pull the trigger a little bit quicker because they're trying to move during the summer break. They're trying to get their kids settled in a school before the school year starts. So the market is moving a little bit faster, but before it was not. It was about, homes would be on the market at least about 30 days. And I think now that we're going to head after the summer into the fall and winter, probably we're going to be seeing that those days on market go up back into the 30 days. That's just my guess, and that's from what I've been seeing. And again, I think this is just all because buyers have more options. So they're really taking the time to shop around and compare before pulling the trigger. So here's my solution to that. Price your home competitively from day one. I'm going to share with you guys a big secret. You want to price on the low end of the comps or recent sales in your area, not the top. And maybe even if you price mid, that can cost you some days on the market. Buyers are going to compare every single home online even before they walk in through the front door. Hurdle number 3, inspection negotiations. And my God, have I seen deals fall through quick during this period. Even more so, I'm going to say probably during the last 12 months, maybe a little bit more. Let me tell you, even well-maintained homes have inspection reports with issues. Sometimes the smallest repairs can just suddenly become major negotiations, and sometimes that's how deals fall apart. And I see the perspective of the seller. I see the perspective of the buyer. Usually sellers think nothing is wrong with their home because they don't see the active leak, the water seeping through their ceiling, or, anything obvious like that. But once an inspector goes into the home and starts testing everything, they realize a lot of the times that things are slightly broken. And it's not completely broken or non-working, but that's just enough for a buyer to say, okay, no, let me step back. I don't want to take on the responsibility of possibly having this break or leak within a few weeks, months of me closing on it. So this is, I think, one of the biggest hurdles also happening in today's market. So here's my solution to that. Sellers, if you are open to it, then you can consider a pre-listing inspection, or you can take care of the obvious maintenance before listing your property. And just do not close yourself off to doing any repairs or offering a repair credit, because in today's market, you really just have to be open to that. Hurdle number 4, pricing too high. I know many sellers remember hearing those stories from 2021 or 2022 when homes were selling for over asking just in a few days. But today's market is different. And I know I keep repeating this, but I need to. An overpriced listing usually sits longer. It gets very few showings, sometimes no showings, and then eventually it still requires price reductions. If you are a seller that thinks, I'm just going to price high and then we can negotiate down. Wrong. You cannot negotiate an offer that you don't get. Overpricing puts you out of the radar. So here is the solution that I have to this. And again, it goes back to pricing. But taking it a step further, I'm going to tell you, price based on the most recent comps. So I used to do market analysis and look for comps a year back. I no longer do that. I try to go 3 months or 6 months tops when I'm trying to find. Hurdle number 5 is financing. Sometimes the house isn't the problem, the buyer is. And financing can be denied because of different things. It could be employment changes, debt, credit, loan conditions, stuff like that. So my solution to that is to work with experienced lenders and agents who make sure to thoroughly qualify the buyer before accepting an offer. And even after you accept an offer, continue to allow showings on the property. Be open to also having a backup offer in case that deal that you're working on falls through. The good news is that homes are still selling every single day. The sellers that are having the most success are not necessarily the ones with the nicest homes. They are the ones who price strategically, prepare their homes well, they stay flexible during negotiations. The market has changed, but there's still opportunity. And if you know how to navigate this market, or if you partner up with a real estate professional who can help you do it, you can have a successful sale. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate if you give me a review or share it with somebody who is considering selling in this market. Thanks for listening. Until next time.